Hello there, people of the world. Mr. thegaussguy here, and today we're going to be talking about the grade 5-6 2023 kangaroo contest problems. These are practice problems, by the way, but the real contest is happening on March of 2026 while I'm recording this video. So let's get ready. And this is also my first video, so please show support. So anyway, the first question in part A is: Holger fills the rest of the table with numbers up to 40 by the following pattern shown. Which of these pieces shown could he cut from the table? So let's first count. This is 13. Imagine this is 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and this should be 20. And then this should be 21. We have to follow this shape, by the way. Okay? Just to tell you that. You have to follow this shape. So while we're following the shape, then we have to go 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. And then one more square. And this is it, yeah. Another way you could do it, it's a bit more complicated, but please listen. This is a +8 jump from 1 to 9, from like the top square to the next square to the bottom of it. So if we apply that knowledge to this question, that means that the next jump is going to be +8. So that means that this would be 20. And then this next would be 21. And then another +8 jump. And the next would be 29. So then, let me just erase this. It'll also make the same shape. And that would be your answer. So yeah, as you can see, this option C, has the answer that we're looking for. The second question says, the figure shown in the parcel surrounded by 4 bands. Label them N, P, and Q. In what order from first to last order takes place? We first gotta find which letter has the most bands over it, and that's N, because it has three bands over it, which is P's. They are M, P, and Q. So now we have to find in one of these answers which one has the N in the first letter. So in A is M is the first letter, so that this can't be the answer. And B, N is the first letter, so this could be the answer. C, same thing, and D, same thing. But in E, Q is the first letter, which means this cannot be the answer. So now we narrowed our options down to 3, from 5 to 3. So now we have to find what the second most, the band that has the second most bands over it. And as you can see, it's M, because it has P and Q over it. So that means we have to find the answer which has M as the second letter. And so B has it, which means this still could be the answer. C doesn't have it, so this cannot be the answer anymore. And D has it, which means this still could be the answer. So now we only have 2 options. We could guess now, we know what the answer is, because a Q is the third most band covered letter. So that means the third letter should be a Q, and D has that, which means D is the answer, and B is wrong. In question 3, which of the shapes below could not be divided into 2 trapezoids by a single straight line? In A, it's a triangle, and literally every single way you're going to try to never getting a trapezoid. But let's just see all of the other answers to make sure we're correct. So in a rectangle, you might think it cannot be divided into a trapezoid, but it can. If you divide it like this counts as a trapezoid in a shape rule, like this. So in this trapezoid, it's pretty easy. You just put a straight line. This counts as trapezoid. So that means if this is not the answer, this is not the answer. Same with the hexagon, because you can just horizontally make a line. And because the square and rectangle both have the same properties, if you still divide it like this, it still counts as a hexagon. So that means A is the answer. In question 4, it says Rosalind folds the net shown below to form a cube. Which of the following 5 cubes can she get from this net? This is the net, by the way. Sorry. This is the net. So let's just draw it. What this cube would look like if we folded it. So I put YK for yellow kangaroo for short. And blue BK, sorry, for blue kangaroo for short, because this is blue and this is yellow. And this will be just a green. So now this is what it should look like. So in A, they put the blue kangaroo is correctly placed, but this kangaroo, if you use your imagination, it should be this way, which means this is not the answer. But in B, it's quite a different story, because you might think it's wrong. Because the blue kangaroo is supposed to be facing downwards, and this kangaroo is supposed to be facing upwards when you assemble the net. Except they just flip the cube, and if you like flip it again, you're gonna get this cube that I made, which means B is the answer. In question 5, it says Alice has 4 puzzle pieces shown, as you can see all here. Which pair can she combine to form this hexagon? So let's first combine this hexagon right here. So let's first draw what it should look like. And now let's see, can any of these shapes be this type of shape and complete this hexagon? Well, it can't. None of these. So now so any option that has 2 in it, like this and this and this, are done. Now you have 2 options left. So in the first one, and this one I'm talking about, we also have to sketch. And we have to see which piece matches this. And the only piece that literally matches this is this third one. So 1 and 3 is the answer. So B. In question 6, it says, Anna has 5 discs of different sizes. She wants to build a tower of 4 discs so that each disc in her tower is smaller than the disc immediately below it. How many different towers could Anna build? So we just have to make some groups. So it's first, C, E, D, B, and C, E, D, A. I'm running out of space. I should go here now. C, E, B, A, and then E, D, B, A. Then one last one is C, D, B, A. So now let's just separate them. Okay. Now let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And it is 5 the answer? Yep, it's there. So this is the answer. Hopefully you understand it. The question 7 is, the black disc with 3 holes is placed above the clock and faced and rotated around its center. Which 3 numbers is it possible to see at the same time? Let's first look at A. So, in A, it shows 2. So let's move this 1 space, because 2 is supposed to be here. And that means you have to move every single of these holes 1 space, which means this will go to 8, this will go to 6. So that means there should be a pattern of 2, 6, and 8, except in A, it's 2, 4, and 9. And so this is not the answer. So now, let's just erase this. In B, it says, so this is pretty easy, really straightforward, because if 1's here, 5's here, and 7's here, and 10's supposed to be somewhere else. So it means this is not the answer. And now C is actually the answer, because let's first go back, because 4 is supposed to be here. That means you have to go back 1 space each. Then 12's here, then go back 6 here. So the pattern should be 6, 4, and 12. And as you can see, C has that pattern. And that's the answer. Claude climbs from the bottom to the top of the cylindrical tower shown. There are 9 steps. The steps are equal size. 9 steps are visible. How many steps are not visible? So first, when we say the steps are all equal size, let's just pretend that each of these rectangles are a unit square. Okay? So that means if you count all these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. They're 21 unit square. And because there are 9 steps visible, and we are saying we're seeing how much steps aren't visible, we have to do 21 minus 9, and we get 12. So 12 is the answer, as you can see, it's D. In question 9, it says Francisca wrote down 3 consecutive 2-digit numbers in their natural order, but instead of the digits, she used symbols. These symbols are square diamond, heart triangle, and heart square. Which number is next? Now you might think in this question, we just have to do trial and error, but there's one tiny thing they gave, a little hint they gave, that we don't have to do as much trial and error. So, as you can see, these two, the last 2 digits that they gave us, have a heart as their first letter, which means since they both have hearts, they're both the same value. And because this first number is a square, that means this is a different value out of all of them. So we can take that this square, just a trial and error. So the square and diamond are 19, and then it would make sense if the heart and triangle would be a 20, and the heart and the square would be 21, because this square, as I said, is 1, and the same shape should be the same value, and so that means that this square is also 1. So then they're not asking us what these values are. They're asking us which number is next. So the next number that's next to 21 is 22. And because we found out heart is valued as 2, it should be shown as 2 hearts. Bad drawing. But anyway, 2 hearts is C. Last question of today. It's Jaunty or John glued these 3 pieces of paper. A semicircle, a quarter of a circle, another quarter of a circle. On top of this big black circle. Which figure can he not obtain? So, let's first check it. And just to be clear, they never said that these shapes couldn't be over each other. So imagine this semicircle is under this white circle, which means this is possible, because the only reason it shows a quarter is because the other quarter of the semicircle is under the white shape, and that means this is wrong. It cannot be. It could be obtained. So now in this picture, it's the same format. The semicircle is covered by these 2 quarter of circles, which means that this could also be obtained. So it's not the answer. And C, it's it's really easy to find out because this semicircle is not so long that it can reach up to here, and the shape won't even make it reach up to there. So which means this it could be the odd one out, and it is. So that's it. And the next video I'm gonna cover part B. So be ready for that. But right now the next video is gonna be about Lego.